Hello, guys. We are back again with another exciting video. This is about a woman trending in Ghana. She is a counselor in Ghana, and recently she got a divorce, and she has been trending a lot. So today we are here to talk about some of the things that she used to say when she preached or she counseled people. Guys, calm down. We are not here to talk about her divorce. No, far from that. You see, if you've been watching her recent video, you could tell that she has been going against everything that she used to do or say in the past. So we want to touch on few things without going into her divorce issues. So stay with us. It's going to be exciting, educating video. Yes.
Notice that makeup, there's a spirit back in it.
Okay.
The things God revealed to me, but show makeups. It will be, you know, but mama, some dream that.
Ruth, my concern here today is, do you think people should have role models, And let me ask, do you have a role model?
Okay. I don't have a role model, to be honest. I don't have a role model. Growing up, I liked Gifty Auntie.
Right.
Gifty Auntie, yeah. I really liked her, the way she presents, journalism aspect of her, and her life in general. So, but basically, I really do not have somebody I look up to. I want to be like her or him, or I don't. I just live my life, make sure I'm okay, family-wise and all that. I really do not have a role model. I just pray that whatever I do, it works out. Yeah. It's good to have a role model, somebody you look up to, you work on yourself to be better or to be, you can't be somebody. So all you have to do is look at somebody, the person you want to be, look at how the person grew up, the kind of things he or she did to get to where he or she is. But you can't say, okay, I have a role model, I want to be like him or her, because you're on your own, you're an individual, you're different from the role model you're looking up to. So I would say that if you want to have somebody in your life, it's good. Just look at the good side of the person, work on yourself, and do better. That's what I would say about role model.
Right. I think it's good to have someone to look up to, like Ruth said, but to pick every single thing that the person will do, I think that is wrong. For example, when the person's work align with what you want to be in future, it doesn't mean that, oh, I will do every single thing that the person is doing because I want to be just like that person. Let the position or where the person has reached help you, motivate you to be able to achieve your goal, but rather don't copy every single thing that the person is doing. You never know what goes on in people's back door, how they get homes. Yes, so you cannot just pick few things, not everything. It's okokuni mami, will you also kill your mother? No.
You just be yourself. Just learn about yourself, be yourself, and make yourself better.
Right.
Because everybody has its own talent and what's the purpose of you being on earth. Yeah, so yeah.
You see, we have people that they look up to, their pastors, their counselors. I believe we have people who have taken Counselor Charlotte as their counselor. They depend on her as their coach who is coaching their marriages. So my question is, some people will be doubting as to whether they should continue to follow her teachings or they shouldn't. So let me say, if you were to be in such people's shoe, what will you do? Will you still continue to follow her teachings or you will stop listening?
Okay, so first of all, let me say that, you see, when you have such person in your life, right? You have a counselor, you have somebody who gives you advice about, let's say, marriage and all that. And this same person, you later find out that she's struggling in her marriage, she's gotten a divorce. Then with human, you ask yourself that, hey, whatever she said, I mean, is it right? So if she's right, how come her marriage is falling apart? How come she can't, take whatever, handle whatever is going on in the marriage and then make it work? But then again, you ask yourself that whatever she told you, whatever your counselor, whoever told you, you should ask yourself that whatever she told you, is it right? Was she right? If you look at yourself, if you look at the kind of marriage you're in, if you look at the kind of man you're married to, whatever she told you, if you apply it in your marriage, is it going to help you or is it going to make it, fall apart? So these are some of the things I would look at. Let's say the counselor told me that you should have patience in your marriage. Let's say if your husband do something to you, just take your time. Don't be in a haste to, question him or talk back at him. So if you listen to the counselor, whatever she's telling or he or she is telling you, you think that if you apply this in your marriage, it's going to help you, go ahead.
Right.
Whatever she's going through, everybody is different, okay? In as much as she's giving you an advice, doesn't mean that she would have it perfect in her marriage. No marriage is perfect. Everybody is trying to make it out here. Everybody gets married to, till death do us part, but you do not know what happens along the way. So don't say that, oh, this counselor said this, she said that, and now she's divorced and all that, so I'm not going to listen to her. No.
Right.
Let's look at how many people, musicians, gospel musicians who are divorced, they are still doing the work of God. Are you saying because of that, you listen to their music?
No.
Or they are not, singing of the goodness of God.
Right.
So I'll say these are the certain things that we should look at. Human beings, sometimes they say bad news travel fast. We human beings, sometimes it's a bad news. We tend to move towards that. But sometimes let's look at the positive side of it. What was she saying? Even if she says something and she has changed her mind. I mean, we're human beings. She is out there, but you are not out there. I'm sure that we in our homes, we say something and then later on we change our minds. But because she's out there, she's bold, she's courageous, coming out to educate people. She's the person that people will talk about because people know her. They don't know you who are making the decision at home that you keep changing your mind. So I will say that let's give her the grace. She's human being. She's not God. Whatever she's saying, Papa ne woman, fa. One woman, I say, whatever relationship or your business you are in, just let it go. Let's say, for example, Becca say, your bar, dining table, no, do this, do that. But meanwhile, in your home, you don't have dining table. So what are you going to, you see? So whatever she said, take it. Leave it and move on. Everybody is different. She's a human being. She'd go through a lot. It's just rather unfortunate that she's found herself, divorcing the husband. Nobody knows what happens in one so unless you are there. So I'd advise that if you are listening to her, just keep on, follow her. If you think that whatever she's saying is good, follow it. Just leave it. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, guys, Ruth has said it all. She has literally said everything. So Ruth, thank you. Yes, I will add up because she has said it.
Let's hear from you too.
My own is a question. Have you been benefiting from her teachings? Is her coaching helping you in your marriage or relationship? If it has been helping you all this while, then I think you should follow it. If it have not been working for you, then you know what to adjust, what to pick, and what not to listen to. Yes, and if you've been following her to date and you've been practicing her teachings at home and you feel like it's helping you, but now you don't like her style of teaching, or maybe she has started contradicting herself from what she used to say, and you feel like this new hair is not going to help you, then you advise yourself.
At first, when I married my husband, we were like two nations together. He's from US, I'm from, okay, I will be from US, he's from Ghana. So the difference was so far. We couldn't talk. Every time we talk, there is a fight. And the one that brings the fight is me. Because I don't agree. When I imagine say, oh, cano, a kolo kakra. And I'm imagining school again, you know. Not knowing say na me mona me kolo. And then I'm home. Hallelujah.
In the video we just watched, even though she was preaching to the church members, but she was talking about her husband's education, you could tell that it was mostly about their educational level, she being higher than the husband. Do you think that education matters in marriages?
You know, education is good. Yeah. Education is good. I would say that if you want to attain your degree, your second degree, your PhD, your master's, and all that before you get married, it's good. Education is good. Acquiring knowledge, getting to know more is good. But one thing I would say that getting education is not a one-way ticket to a perfect marriage, or is a one-way ticket to a happy marriage. That I would say. Education is not a one-way
So
ticket.
looking at how she was
All right.
saying, oh, I am well educated than him. So sometimes when he suggested something, I feel like he doesn't know what he's talking about. Like with her saying that, do you think people should look down on their partners due to the level of their education?
No, that one, it's not a good thing. See, when you're married, you become one. And if you can say that in front of a lot of people about your husband, then it's not cool. It's not cool to say that.
Yes.
But if you're getting married to somebody, you already know his educational background and all that. So I don't think that should be a problem. When you're having an idea and you think that because of your education, your understanding is far better than your other spouse, that shouldn't give you the leverage, to look down on him or her. Rather, you have to, help him or her, understand you, understand certain things, teach her, teach him, because you're married and you're trying to live together for the rest of your life. So why would you make education be a problem in your marriage? We have a lot of people, a lot of men who are married to women who don't have a lot of educational background, don't have diploma or even senior high school certificates, but they have the knowledge, day-to-day life, understand certain things. So if your spouse doesn't have that educational level, that shouldn't be a point for to be embarrassed or to look down on him or her. I don't think it's good for anybody to do that, but rather, help each other, better each other. If you think that that person in public doesn't carry him or herself well, teach him or her. And if your understanding or your educational background is not at that level, just humble yourself and listen to your partner. Most of the times when you're corrected, the way he or she will say it, you feel offended. It's part of life. We are all not perfect. So
Right.
if you don't have that level, just humble yourself, listen to your partner who has that, that knowledge, that educational background or whatever it is, and just make it work. And then pray that, this marriage thing works, because you don't know what will happen in this world. All we have to do is better ourselves. Listen to your partner, listen to him, listen to her, and you're good to go.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
In fact, today you
Yeah.
are making all the points. I don't think there is need for me to say
What
anything.
do you have to say about that too? Do you think that education is good and you should get your degree, your master's before you get married? Do you think it's good?
Like you said earlier, it's not bad to be educated, to learn, to better yourself, but you shouldn't let it affect your significant other. If their educational background is lower than yours, you shouldn't look down on them based on your success in education. Yeah, so that's what I would say.
Okay, so recently I was watching one of her videos, and it was like a Merkur Women Fellowship, a program and all that. And she made a statement that she would never let her children marry a pastor. And then she continually said that people joke with the altar. People do not know what the altar is, so they joke about it. So before she would let her daughter, marry a pastor and all that, it's a whole lot. She would never, unless God says that no, your daughters will marry a pastor. And people are like, why would you say that? If it didn't work for you, you can't control your daughter and all that. But let's look at this in a way. I'm saying that people are talking so much because she's out there, she's a counselor and all that. She's human. Let's look at a lot of mothers, a lot of parents who would say that I don't want my child to marry from this tribe. How about that? It's because of what they've seen.
Right.
You see, we humans, what we see influences some actions, the way we speak and all that. So I would say that we human beings, sometimes we shouldn't judge too much. It's because of what she's seen. And she already said that if only God says that no, your child or your daughter must marry a pastor, then she would allow it. But it's
Right.
because of what she's seen. And she even said that even these days, if you are dating, you've already kissed, you've had sex with your partner, then when you come to the altar on your wedding day, you put on your veil, the pastor will say you may now kiss the bride. Meanwhile, you've already done all that. So if you've done all that, please don't come to the altar and pretend as if you've done nothing, because you are in front of an altar and people do not see, the wrong in, taking these things lightly. So I would say that people should listen to her carefully and understand where she's coming from. Besides, it's her kids, and she will decide what she wants to do. We, the online aunties, online uncles, can say yes, but in her home, she makes the final decision. So I would say that whatever you go through influences the way you speak and what you think, right? So don't let us judge her too much, judge people. Even the Bible says,
Yeah.
thou shalt not judge. We're
Yeah.
all going through
I
a whole
think,
lot.
yeah, I think that is
Yeah.
why her recent interview with Gifty Auntie, she said she's learning, and things that she said in the past, there are certain things she wouldn't say it now. So
Yeah,
we live
because
to
we
learn.
learn.
Yeah, we learn as we go.
Learn
And I
every
believe,
day.
yeah, and I believe she doesn't want her kids to marry a pastor because of what she has been through and what she has seen, because she has worked with pastors. So she knows what she's
Yeah.
talking about. She's talking from experience, right? The comment section under one of the videos that I watched, they were like, she talked too much. She should have kept certain things to herself. Do you think what they are saying is true? She needs to minimize what she says or what she puts out there.
Well, for me, I would say that you see, she's a kind of person that she's bold.
Mm-hmm.
She's bold with her words. So,
Mm-hmm.
and she's a counselor. We are human beings. I would say again, human beings. So sometimes you would say something, later you would sit down and you're like, oh, I shouldn't have said this, but you've already said it. Okay, so these things happen. So I'll say that move forward. And she's also realized that, whatever she said before, if she had known, she wouldn't have said it now. So she has realized her mistake, certain things that she said that she thought that if it was now, she wouldn't have said it.
Right. I will say that when you are an upcoming, if you want to be in the eyes of the public, people, they dig. Once your issue comes out, they will dig and find the things that you think, oh, they are not going to find out. You don't know
Yeah,
how it will happen. They will bring it
yeah,
out. So I
yeah,
would say that minimize what you say and then be mindful of what you put out there, because you never know which one will come back to haunt you in the future. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Even if the video was in 1990,
Mm-hmm.
1980.
Mm-hmm.
People will go and fish it out and tell you, do you remember
Yes.
1990? You said this, you said
Yes.
so and so.
Mm.
That is how social media is. So yeah,
Right.
but we're
So
human beings, as we're human beings, we are not perfect. Yeah, we make mistakes here and there.
right. But people don't know
So
that once you are out there, they feel like, oh, you should be perfect. Oh, why is it that this person has this issue? Especially coming from her line of work, people feel like she should be perfect. Her marriage should be working. How come a counselor, her marriage is not working? There is this person that I follow on Instagram, Stephanie Benson,
oh
Akosua Japon's sister.
yeah, I
I
know her.
love that
Yeah,
woman so much. I watch almost everything she puts out there, but there are
yeah,
certain things that she does that I will not do, But I like
I
how she is. That is how you're supposed to be. If you like someone, if you choose someone as your role model, it doesn't mean that you should copy every single thing and then
yeah,
repeat the same thing. No, Pick out the things you feel like, yes, if I pick these things, it's going to help me to become a better me or a better person. You shouldn't take every single thing. So yeah, people who are looking up to the counselor, you shouldn't stop. If her teachings or her preachings have helped you up to now, and you feel like, oh, this time around, I don't like what she's saying, then, well, you can filter her words and then choose the one that you feel like, yes, this will help me to better my marriage or relationship. Yeah. Do you have any other thing to say?
Yeah. So I would say that the last thing I would say is that when you're listening to somebody, don't forget that
Right.
he or she is human. They make mistakes. They are not perfect. But sometimes when you're a counselor, when people look up to you, they feel you are their God, and they tend to forget that maybe this lady who is advising me just had, an argument with the husband and all that, or even, shouted, argued with somebody on the road, at the roadside and all that. So
Right.
they are not God, they are human beings, trying to, advise us and all that. So don't forget that they also can make mistakes.
Yes.
That's
Right.
my last.
Yes.
Everybody makes mistakes. So
Right.
take the
So
good
when they are in the limelight and their issues come out, please minimize the way you guys stretch them. Like, minimize, guys. Sometimes you should just look, you shouldn't judge. We judge too much. Nobody is perfect. Nobody is perfect.
I would say that even pastors do even have arguments there. Those who are in front of the pulpit, they have disagreements and all that. But yeah, they move. So that's my last word. Okay, guys. So please don't forget to leave your comments down in the comment section below. What do you think about Reverend Charlotte Oduro and the saga that is happening around? And don't forget to leave a like and then share our video. And if you haven't subscribed, kindly please subscribe and please support our channel. Thank you very much.
We love you guys. Bye. Yeah.